Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me for this segment, we have Merlin Piscitelli, Chief Revenue Officer of EMEA at Datasite, to discuss what sectors and regions are seeing the biggest opportunities in the M&A market. Merlin, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill. Good afternoon to you. Good evening for me over here in London.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. And let's talk about what's happening now in the M&A market, at least through the first 3 quarters of 2023.
Yeah, well, we've seen announced deal activity really drop year over year. If you really think about the completion rates, they've dropped 47% year over year. So not healthy from an announced deal perspective. But in fact, deal makers are really favoring quality over quantity, which is interesting times as you've seen the markets really shift from a buyer's to a seller's market, except for the really ultra high quality assets that are still receiving lots of interest from both private equity and trade buyers.
What's the outlook for the rest of the year?
Well, as some people know about Datasite, we're really the leading indicator of what's going on in the M&A space. Why is that? Because we see deals come on our platform that are 6 to 9 months before they're going to hit the market, hit those announced deals. And so really what you're seeing now is the impact of really a soft second half of last year and beginning of this year. What we're seeing on our platform is really an increase, massive increase year over year in terms of the projects that are coming online. Now, again, these won't be announced for 6 to 9 months, but we've seen an extremely busy summer, busy start to the year. So we're expecting that deal closure activity to really pick up. We know the markets are busy themselves, talking to our clients. People are active and busy working on deals. It's just we're not seeing those announced in the market, hence why you're seeing that disconnection.
What trends are you seeing in the specific sectors and regions? Where are those opportunities?
Yeah, well, we've seen some green shoots start to appear really in the M&A space. If you really look at, I think we're going to see a spat of deals in the industrial space close in either Q4 of this year or the beginning of next year. Additionally, TMT volumes have stayed high throughout the summertime. So we're expecting, again, a strong close to the year, but most of that stuff will most likely slip into Q1 of next year. And we've also seen things like healthcare and consumer start to pick up. And again, these are deals that are starting on our platform throughout the summer and in the fall period, which some of them aren't going to be that quick close type variety. So we're going to see those really bleed into Q1, Q2 of next year where they're going to start to close. But we see those sectors really driving the M&A space right now. There is holistic view that we're starting to see an unthawing of that M&A space. But I think those sectors in particular are going to be the hottest out of all of them.
And finally, how is AI and technology impacting the M&A market?
Everybody wants to talk about it, right? It's the buzzword of the day. We see massive impact within the M&A space. If you really think about how M&A works in some of the ways that M&A works and M&A professionals work, when you think about receiving the massive amount of content that they have to, collecting that content, analyzing that content, organizing and categorizing, all of that is a really big task at the front end of any of these transactions. And then you move into something like an asset marketing phase where you have to distribute teasers out to a wide market, collate NDAs, comments on NDAs, getting into due diligence. There's a lot of places where AI will help with efficiencies across the M&A lifecycle. And really that's what Datasite, what we're doing is really starting to introduce these AI technologies, creating productivity gains as that market really adopts to the changing landscape that's out there. And AI is everywhere, and there's very applicable use cases for AI in the M&A space. And we're really at the forefront of capturing that. Now, we've done some surveying. We've surveyed over 500 M&A deal professionals. That is director level and above, UK, US, France, Germany, and really got some very good insights into what they think. And everybody sees, or I would say 42% of them, see productivity as the main driver within AI. But then on the flip side, everybody is a bit concerned about privacy, security, and what AI means to that, especially when you're talking about these heavy regulated industries that we're dealing with, M&A in banks. So 36% of them identified data security and privacy concerns as the biggest obstacle to incorporating AI into their institutions.
All right, Merlin, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you, Jill.